What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. As I've been mentioning, we've been everywhere. We've been doing a lot. Today I was running errands since early in the morning. Let me take. I don't need that. But anyways, today's video. Let's get to today's video. Today's video may be controversial for some. And I want to start off by saying, in no way am I trying to be disrespectful, but there's been more than one occasion where something has been mentioned regarding what I'm going to talk about today. So what kicked this one off was, I did the video and I said that Fig and I, our whole team, with the blessing that we receive, we would like to bless others. We have to be careful how we do it, but we are going to do it, okay? And someone in the comments said, why don't you help your victim's family, right? And I'm willing to guarantee that that person really doesn't have them in mind or care at all. The intention was to throw dirt on me, which is fine. And then I've thought how over the years, especially during the last year, there's been this whole thing where people have pushed the DA and the police narrative in my case. Maybe they read a little bit of my case and, right away they went with the DA's version, again, to throw dirt on my name. And the narrative is that I killed someone who was an innocent person and was never involved in anything, and and then which goes back to this whole, why don't you help your victim's family with some money? So let's go there. I want to start this off by asking you a question. I'm going to ask every one of you guys a question. Answer it in your head. If I break into your house and you kill me, am I a victim? Seriously. I broke into your house. I was kicking on your door and you were telling me, hey, don't come in. If you come in, I'm going to get you. And I chose to disregard that, continued kicking, then went around the side of the house and jumped through the window. You smoked me. Am I the victim? We all know the answer to that. I'm not going to get into the specifics of my case. I've done that several times. I've talked about the case. What I will say is this. When people drag their friends into something, they have to maintain a certain narrative in order to feel better about what they did and why their friend is no longer on earth. Okay? And I know, like I said, I've told the story. I don't need to lie about my story. And as far as the individual who was killed, he was actually from my neighborhood. For those, he was an innocent dude. But he was with other people that night. They yelled out a rival neighborhood. And one of their friends was stupid enough to reach into his waistband and say, what's up? See, he was playing pretend, but I was playing for reals. I'm not proud of that. But when someone comes and sees, oh shit, we're outnumbered, and leaves, then comes back, I don't know, they were drunk or whatever, and then realize, nah, maybe we need more people, or maybe we need weapons, or I don't know. These people were 10 years or more older than us, but they're a victim. They admitted to the cops. We went over there to put in work on them, but they're the victim. So I want to talk about the ripple effect of these things. The victims in this case were definitely the family, right? My family was victimized as well. And I want to talk about that for a second. When I would go to court, my mom would go by herself. And I know who, but I'm not gonna say who. But there were people in the victim's family that tried to run my mom over. I could have easily called my homeboys and involved them. I knew these people were hurt. My mom had nothing to do with what I did. But they targeted my mom. They tried to run her over. They ran up on her a couple of times in different places outside of court. The day I was convicted, when they said second-degree murder, they swooped me out of the courtroom. I mean, through the judge's chamber, like he's guilty, boom, get him out of here. The courtroom was full. There was like 20-something cops in there. The victim's family, my family. There was a lot of people in there, and they didn't feel that it was a safe environment, I guess, and they found me guilty, and they rushed me out of there. Luckily and thankfully, they did. Because what happened was, after they rushed me out of there, my mom got out of her seat and fainted. While my mom was on the ground, the victim's family tried to kick her in the head. Luckily, one of my family members saw it, pushed that person, and stopped it. So, I have remorse for what I did. I think of my victim's wife and son a lot. I think of his sisters. I think of his brother. But when I have people side busting because they don't like me, that's fine. You don't got to like me. But you're pushing the DA's narrative. You're pushing the cops' narrative. We will help people. People will be blessed because we've been blessed. But the senselessness of murder. I'm going to tell you guys something because my mom's gone. You guys know that. After, I think it was the second occasion where these individuals, and it was usually 3 of them, coming out of court, harassed my mom. My mom went and got her gun. And I remember her coming to visit me. Pissed, talking about a bunch of cowards. Because she had her head down. It's my mom. I'm her only kid. She was walking through the parking structure and there was a car behind her. She had her head down crying. And she could hear the car behind her. So she kind of edged closer to the other cars and so the car can go by. It wouldn't go by. And she finally realized, hold on, this ain't right. She spun around and looked, and it was those 3 individuals. And they wanted to make eye contact with her and then punched it. Tried to hit her. She jumped between the 2 cars. The car went by. She jumped back out. I told them, get out of the car if you're that hard. They kept going. I believe that was the incident where my mom got a strap. And I remember her telling me that, and I was like, I don't even want you to use that thing. And I remember having a conversation with somebody and about putting a demo down on somebody else in that family. And I decided not to. Even then, as much of a fucking idiot as I was, and they're targeting my mom. And I said, nah. But my mom stayed carrying a gun. You know, these are the things that I think people don't know about when somebody's life is taken. The impact that it has on the loved ones. On both sides. How dangerous it can become for both sides. So when people are frivolous in the comment section, obviously I know I rubbed them the wrong way. That don't mean shit to me. But I think people should understand that I paid my debt to society. 24 years in 2 weeks. after having been out 5 months from 3 years and 3 months. I deserved the time I got every time I went to jail. Now I deserve my freedom. I have remorse for what I've done. But I'll be damned if somebody's going to paint somebody as a saint that started the whole thing. You know, the other day I talked about how when Fig and I and his family, when we went to Sherman Oaks and we did those interviews, and I wasn't playing when I said it almost went down bad when we went in the movie theater. Thankfully, cooler heads prevailed. But these are the things that, you know, we need to understand. When you take that step, everything can fucking get out of your control, and you're sitting in the joint the rest of your fucking life like, damn, I was on the verge of having the whole fucking world in my hands. Anyways, that's going to be my video for today, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys will ponder, really think about the ripple effect of crime. And again, think about the question I asked you. If I come trying to kick your door down and you warn me you're going to kill me if I go in, and I keep kicking, then I break your window and go through the window, am I the victim? Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them. I'm out.